Mm, Happy Tuesday, everybody. We got a lot to talk about. Ty will join me eventually. Welcome to Geek Load Stars. I am Buggy. Let's just get right into it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Geek Load Stars, and this is our weekly roundup, Geekin' Roundup, where we talk about all the movie news. Now, we had scheduled it for yesterday, but things came up and we had to schedule it for today. But, anyways, we're here. Ty's going to be here at some point. No word on him yet, but I'm gonna lead it off for you guys. Hopefully, okay, not on mute. Okay, perfect. Great start. Uh, so something we talked about a while back, Naruto live action casting, and we got some news last week about a certain character that's going to be cast in the upcoming Naruto movie, and it's a character. It's somebody, an actor we mentioned on this channel. I think it was last week or the week before the X-Men casting. Charles Melton. Let me bring this up. Um, da, da, da. Okay, there we go. Charles Melton in talks for Naruto movie as Kakashi. Um, Charles Melton is in close talks to play Kakashi Hatake in Destin Daniel Cretton's upcoming live-action Naruto movie. Excuse me. Variety has learned. The news comes amid a speculation that Melton would be announced to join the X-Men cast at last week's D23 convention. The global Naruto casting search began last month to find live-action versions of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. The manga and the popular anime series follow adolescent ninja Naruto, who dreams of becoming his community's protector and leader, known as the Village Ninja. Melton was recently Emmy nominated for his role in Netflix's Beef season 2 alongside Oscar Isaac, Carey Mulligan, and Kaylee Spaney. I need to watch Beef. That's one of those shows I need to watch. He received critical acclaim for his work in Todd Haynes' May December, which I've never even heard of that, which released in 2023, and is also known for his star in Her Private Hell, Warfare, and Riverdale. Her Private Hell. That sounds familiar. Warfare also sounds familiar. I think I actually did see Warfare. Riverdale, I know I've heard of Riverdale. Crichton's coming off his box office smash hit Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which has grossed over $800 million domestically, becoming the fastest film to ever hit the milestone. The Naruto director got his start working in the indie film space with Short Term 12, which released in 2013 and starred Brie Larson, Lakeith Stanfield, Rami Malek, and Caitlin Dever. After directing The Glass Castle and Just Mercy, he made the leap to big budget studio films with Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which released in 2021, which I remember. Very fun movie. And I remember towards the end of that movie, I felt very anime-esque the way the fight was playing out. Avi Arad and MEU will produce Naruto. I don't know why they put Avi Arad there twice. Produced Naruto for Arad Productions with Jeremy Latch, and Cretton is producing alongside Jane Munford through his company. Hisako, back in 2014, there was an attempt to get a Naruto movie off the ground with Michael Gracie attached as director. I did not know they were trying to do this in 2014. Yeah, okay. That's it for that article. I personally don't know Charles Melton's. Let me double check Warfare if it's the movie that I'm thinking of. Warfare. Okay, yeah, I did watch this movie, but I don't remember his character in that. Let me see. Let me see. I remember Joseph Quinn, Cosmic Charges. I don't remember him in the movie. I really don't. But it makes sense because I remember we did talk about when the X-Men casting was happening that he was originally supposed to play Beast, and it makes sense why he would drop out and play Kakashi in this upcoming Naruto movie. And I'm just curious because it's something me and Ty have talked about. Like, how far into this movie are they gonna go? What are they gonna cover in this first movie? Um, who are the other characters gonna be? Who's gonna be playing Naruto? Who's gonna play Sakura? Who's gonna play Sasuke? Are we also gonna be casting for the third Hokage? The ramen shop owner, because that's a huge part of Naruto's character. And then his first sensei, I'm forgetting his first sensei's name. But yeah, there's a lot of casting gonna be involved because they said since last month they've been heavily involved in casting, and I'm curious how he's gonna do as Kakashi because he doesn't look. Well, the thing is, Kakashi's kind of like one of those things where he's kind of shrouded in mystery. Oh, we got a couple people commenting. Brand New Day breaks records. Meanwhile, Gunny announces the People versus Gorilla Grodd show. Laughed my ass off. Tom Holland Spider-Man got such a huge boost rub from Tobey Maguire's cameo in No Way Home. You know what, Maverick? I'm not gonna argue on that. Thoughts on Avengers Endgame Encore trailer? I did not know they even dropped the trailer. Hold on, let me see. Let me look. Let me look. I'll tell you right now. Because that's new. That's news to me, Maverick. I did not know they had an Encore trailer. But is it just like? Is there anything new in the trailer, or is it just like the same stuff over again? Because if it's just stuff that we've seen before, I've seen no point in it, I guess. But I did see they changed the what's it called, the color grading on like certain scenes. Because if it's just the same trailer that they showed before, um I don't know if I want to wait for Ty to get in here to talk about that. If you want to do that, um. Oh, the theater crowds are in the trailer. That's the only thing I'm guessing that's in the trailer. Oh, okay. Okay, I could just watch that on my own then. Bro, I don't know where is this guy, man? Where is he? Man, get your ass in here. Fuck Wendy's. Supposed to be starting this live like 20 minutes ago. Uh, um, speaking of going back to Charles Melton as Kakashi. Uh like I said, let's see who the other casting are gonna be for the main characters, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. However, there's one new shot Black Widow not in the theatrical cut. Oh, really? Okay, I'll look for that on my own time. Um, you know what, Davis? Actually, I'm glad you brought up that gun stuff. Let me see, hold on, because I know there was Batman stuff that I think was dropped. They were talking about it today. Oh yeah, you didn't know that? That's his new movie for Naruto, and Kakashi's gonna be the first person cast. Batman. Yes, Naruto. Yep, Naruto indeed. Which is weird because a lot of these anime adaptations are going the TV route, and he's going the movie route, which is interesting because in an article it did say they tried to get this off the ground in 2014, and I think at that time Naruto was like at the height of its like peak at that moment. That's what it was. Yeah, Brave and the Bold ain't getting made. And yeah, that's what it was. But see, the thing is, Divas, I saw today that Pattinson said that this might be his last time wearing the cape. I don't know if I could believe that or not, but yeah. Let me see if I can find the article. See, I think the thing is too, it's the whole Paramount merger as well. Like that's the other thing that's kind of like preventing this Batman stuff from getting off the ground. Um, you know what's funny? They're releasing AMC, not AMC, Acme versus Warner Brothers this week, and I'm hoping that movie does really well, just for the fact that could rub it in DC's face. Okay, I think I found it here. I'll go. Okay, I'll pick this article. But like I was saying, as far as the Batgirl movie, Acme versus Coyote comes out this week, and I already got my ticket for that. I'm gonna support the movie. I've seen the trailers. I'm already intrigued by it because we haven't had a movie kind of like that in a long time. And the I it's weird because the Looney Tunes IP is kind of in a weird state right now where I really don't know of any properties that they have going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to get some uh they try to get a fighting game off the ground with some Looney Tune IPs, and I don't know, maybe because the thing is too, somebody bought the movie from Warner Brothers, and Batgirl is a DC thing, and I don't know if anybody's gonna buy the rights to the movie to screen it. That's who knows, maybe somebody will drop a large sum amount of money that they're like, okay, we'll sell you Batgirl, and then we'll see how it does. But then, even then, if you do that, you run the risk of like, where does this fit in James Gunn's DCU? You know what I'm saying? Like, or you could just be like, oh, this is Elseworld, because, but then that's the tricky part as well, because you have Keaton in there as Batman and slash Bruce Wayne. Um, but the new report that says Matt delayed the film on purpose because he wants Gunn out, and he knows he will. Then he will film part 2 and 3 back to back. Well, I mean, they're already filming part 2 right now. I already seen images from Glasgow. Oh, really, Maverick? You never seen Naruto? Okay, so Naruto is basically it's all dealing with ninjas. So let me see. I'm trying to think of something more recency that I could think of to compare it to. Uh, Maverick, you've ever played Ninja Gaiden? That's like the first thing that came to my mind. Um, I agree they should release the Batgirl film. It's gonna get leaked eventually. Bro, Davis, it's hilarious you mentioned that. The amount of leaks that have been happening these last couple of weeks with not just recent, trailers and stuff like that, but the fact that GTA stuff was getting leaked as well. It's just crazy to me that anything nowadays could literally get leaked. Like you show a trailer at a specific convention, it's just gonna be leaked on the internet like within the hour, which is crazy to think about. Like it's the digital age we're living in now. James Gunn, aka James Gunn. Spider-Man Brand New Day hits number 6 all time, worldwide or domestic. I think it's domestic. I have the article here, so let me get through this Batman article here. Since something I wanted to talk about. Let me see if this guy's gonna get in here. Okay. At the stage. There we go. Okay. Dismiss. James Gunn responds to rumors that the Batman Brave and the Bold is on hold until merger is settled. All right. This was this morning, actually. It seems clear that The Brave and the Bold is not a current priority for DC Studios, but James Gunn is adamant that the movie has not been shelved or placed on hold. We'll see about that. Yesterday, writer filmmaker Dan Marcus claimed that Muschietti told him that all work on the movie is on hold until the Warner Bros. Discovery Paramount merger is settled, which may not happen for quite some time. Yeah, they've been trying to do that for like the longest time. Um, I'll answer you in a second, Maverick. Give me a second. He added, I suspect what's likely is that Muschietti himself doesn't know if he's moving ahead with The Brave and the Bold until after the merger is finalized. But he also mentioned if it doesn't pan out, him directing the film, he'll just move on to another film. So he didn't seem worried. Which, if I don't know if you guys have seen Welcome to Derry. I've enjoyed his iterations of the It franchise. Now, It Chapter Two was kind of I still enjoyed it though. Where was I? Gunn was asked about the rumor on Threads, and the DC Studios co-CEO responded by claiming that nothing is on hold due to Paramount's controversial acquisition of Warner Bros. Discovery. Give me 1 second. Come on, man. Say hello to the sick kitty. Not sick kitty, but um. Andy Muschietti has reportedly said all work on the Brave and the Bold is hold until the Paramount mergers. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. My suspicion is that Andy Muschietti is unaware of the current status of for the Brave and the Bold. He spoke with my friend and me about this a few weeks ago, so either he is out of the loop or there have since been updates. I asked my friend to clarify because they spoke Spanish. Okay, that's hilarious. Well, he made it very clear. Okay, so Gunn also shared some seemingly random comic book covers, likely as a way to illustrate that a connected universe can still work when the various projects have different tones. The Brave and the Bold was viewed as one of the most exciting projects to be announced during James Gunn's and Peter Safran's Gods and Monsters DCU slate reveal, which I still remember that, which is crazy. Taking inspiration from Grant Morrison's acclaimed run, the movie was expected to serve as a DCU debut of a new take on the Dark Knight, as well as Damian Wayne, who would take up the mantle as Robin. This is a story of Damian Wayne, who's Batman's actual son that he didn't know existed for the first 8 to 10 years of his life. Gunn said at the time he was raised as a little murderer and assassin, which is true. He's my favorite Robin. We're putting it all together right now, which we'll see. Not long after, we got word that the Flash director Andy Muschietti had been enlisted to helm the project, which such a long time ago that they announced that. We saw the Flash even before taking the reins at DC Studios, and we knew we were in the hands of not only a visionary director but a massive DC fan. Gunn and Safran said in a joint statement, it's a magnificent film. Funny, I don't know about magnificent film. Funny, emotional, thrilling, and Andy's affinity and passion for these characters and this world just resonates through every frame. So when it came time to find a director for The Brave and the Bold, there were really only one choice. Luckily, Andy said yes. Barbara signed on to produce with us, and we were on our way. They're an extraordinary team, and we couldn't have better or more inspiring partners as we embark on this thrilling new adventure in the DCU. This was before the Flash hit theaters, and the movie's dismal box office performance has led to speculation that Muschietti may have been taken off The Brave and the Bold. Yeah, we talked about that before. Since then, Gunn has admitted that he is struggling to crack this project, but as far as we know, Muschietti remains attached, which I honestly don't think that he's going to be attached very much longer to this project, if I'm being honest. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those tricky things right now with um that IP right now with the two Batmans. So Naruto is both anime and a video game. Um, in a sense, it can be a video game the way that some of the characters are portrayed and the power sets, because each character they could, I think, um, each character could either wield one or two elements like fire, lightning, air, or earth. Like there's like specific like a specific way to figure out which kind of elemental attacks that you'll have. But it's basically Naruto's basically um I guess I could compare it to Avatar, where there's like different regions of different tribes of different ninja clans, and they each have a specific um area that they control. You got Naruto's village, which is hidden in the leaves. You have the ninjas hidden in the rain, in the mist, in the sand. And there's like different stuff to it. It's very I don't want to say too much because if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. There's a lots of twists and turns. Bounty hunters, um, swordsmanship, some swordsmanship, ninja tactics, assassins, stealth, experimentations. Let me see. Where are the questions? You guys are hot today. Tons of footage for GTA got leaked and the story got spoiled too. The spoiler is what everybody predicted and it's true. What was it, Divas? Because I really didn't. I know it got leaked, but I really didn't pay much attention to it because I'm not even surprised anymore. Why do animated movies now make more money than live action? Um, I I think it's probably IP bias probably because well I don't even know because Obsession made crazy amount of money. But that's again, it's a new movie that nobody's ever even heard of. It's a new IP. All right, I don't think Ty's coming in today. Actually, Nesler grossed approximately 2.27 billion worldwide. I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of those. I think it was this year, Maverick. Correct me if I'm wrong. That it came and like made crazy amount of money for. I think the first movie came out on Netflix. I remember watching it on Netflix. Let me see. Defender animated film directors get creative freedom. Live action directors don't. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Which I, it's funny because the recent animated movie that I love is The Wild Robot. I don't know if anybody has seen it. The Wild Robot. I love that movie. True. I'm not sure what you were talking about on that one. Gunn lies a lot. You shouldn't believe what he says. At this point, I'm not. I really just one ear and out the other. But animated movies didn't used to make as much as live action in the West. Which yeah, that's true. That is true. Zootopia 2, 2025, 1.87 billion. Inside Out 2, 2024, 1.70 billion. Is Lanterns as good as everyone is saying? I'm enjoying it. It's a it's it's funny because it does kind of a good enough job to like tell you that it's in a superhero world, but it's kind of doing its own thing where it's not like buddy cop. It's like a crime drama basically, and I think whatever they're I missed. I don't know if you guys have been watching our reactions, but I missed episode 2, but I guess we could kind of go into kind of spoilers a little bit here. I think they are setting up the different Lantern Corps. Just because Sinestro's already dealt with, Hal Jordan's origin story is already dealt with. We're focusing on John Stewart going forward. He's going to be the Green Lantern going forward. Um, it's funny you say that, Maverick, because I did say that in the first reaction that was one of my favorite animated series, like more recent. That I kind of upset that it got canceled or like it never finished. Um, Avatar: Last Airbender, Naruto, or live Avatar James? No, Avatar: Last Airbender. I'm sorry, I should have established that. I forgot. My bad. Um, Lancers was a snooze fest in my opinion. I hope the next few episodes are good. I don't know. To me, Davis, it's set up for what we're gonna get into because I personally don't know Manhunters that well. but just the way they establish that manhunters are an actual threat, I like that, and it's kind of also does a good enough job to like kind of separate itself to be like its own thing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, DC makes good TV shows. Uh, yes, if they're not made by James Gunn, apparently. These Peacemaker season 2, I enjoyed it, but to me, it kind of fell off a little bit at the end. Like the it was one of those finales that where we were kind of like had to dive deep into what was actually set up there because if you didn't know, end of Peacemaker season 2, Gunn pretty much set up the parademons. But I didn't know that. But other guys I was reacting with didn't know that, and they were more of comic readers, so we had to actually look into it to realize what he was setting up. But and that's one of those things that we talked about. The regular audience is not gonna know what that means. Um, might as well, Divas. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know what's crazy, Maverick? I have still not seen Wally. I, I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Um, Silent Robot movie. Yeah, I heard about that. Lupita Nyong'o. Wait, whoa, Mexican? Where'd you? I know she talks Spanish, but I don't know about that. Vision Quest looks interesting. Another mystery box TV show. Yeah, and it's kind of like the trilogy of the Maximov family. Peacemaker felt like it was made by a 9-year-old who learned how to cuss for the first time. You know what's crazy? And I don't know if Davis, if you were around when we were doing the reaction for Peacemaker. I was not a huge fan of that finale. Not a huge fan. Especially like that whole music video scene that we got in that finale. I'm like, what are we doing here? Why? Why? Uh oh, I did not know that. I did see a video of her talking in Spanish. I did not know that. Spoiler time, beware. While you do that, Davis, I'm gonna bring up the Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff. If this fucking cat lets me. Da, 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 da. I'm sure we probably have something else to talk about, but this might be the last article for tonight. Okay. There you go. There it is. All right. Spider-Man Brand New Day conquers Avengers Endgame to become second highest grossing pick at domestic box office. Oh, I remember what we have to talk about. After this article, we'll talk about it. In another record of Marvel beating Marvels, Sony Spider-Man Brand New Day has beaten Avengers Endgame to become the second highest grossing movie at the domestic box office with $858.4 million. That's insane. Yesterday, Brand New Day made 3.4 million in its fourth Monday, bro. Are you serious? What are you doing? What are you doing? Cone of shame. Cone of shame. What are you doing? What you doing? Endgame's lifetime in North America stands at 858.3 million. They just barely crossed it. On September 25th, Disney is re-releasing the Russo Brothers movie as Avengers Endgame Encore. Who knows what it will gross, but what's clear is that Spider-Man Brand New Day, bro, this cat, man. Brand New Day isn't over in its box office run, bound for 900 million domestic, and thus becoming the second movie after Star Wars Force Awakens to approach that near $1 billion threshold at the box office. Where'd he go? Sir, what are you doing? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm making sure this cat is okay. Okay. Whatever. Brand New Day is on 900 domestic, and thus becoming the second movie after Star Wars Force Awakens approach that near $1 billion threshold at the domestic box office. Brand New Day is only 41.6 million away from hitting the ninth century mark at the box office, which it's gonna do it, and no doubt. This weekend, Brand New Day should continue to be number one at the domestic box office with $18 million in its fifth session, which is crazy. There's a lot of heat from Ketchup Entertainment's takeover of Warner Brothers and Abandoned Coyote versus Acme with around $15 million, but we don't know yet if that's a false positive. The pick made 400K in sneaks so far. Oh, that's not bad. And advanced ticket sales are good. That's a good sign. But it's not clear if the rebellion on social is exclusively on to New York and LA and will translate to the rest of the country. Sony's Insidious out of the further. I thought it was out of the furnace. I don't know why. Out of the further should ease 60% a la its previous 2023 chapter Red Door for a second frame around $10 million. Also opening this weekend is 20th Century Studios' Ridley Scott movie Dog Stars and Roadside Attractions pickup of Sundance Gentry titled Buddy. You know what's crazy? This is something I've been thinking about for like a little bit. Ridley Scott has fallen off hard, really hard. And his movie Dog Stars, I have seen the trailer for it. I'm just kind of like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I'm trying to remember. Was it? Didn't you do Gladiator 2? It was kind of like, Um, I don't like John Cena movies. Only Transformers Bumblebee. Um, Maverick. I I don't know. I'd say probably watch Vacation Friends, the first one, and then maybe come back to me next week, and then let me know what you think. Because I'm trying to. I know Cena kind of plays like the same character almost in all his stuff, but I say give Vacation Friends a try. If you have Hulu, it's on Hulu. Hold on, give me a second. All right, sorry about that. This freaking cat, man. Haley Steinfeld. What about Haley Steinfeld? Um, so she is apparently an undercover cop, and one of the endings she kills Jason brutally. What? Uh, is that Steve? Is that the spoiler you were talking about? We need a proper Spider-Woman movie. Not Madam Web was better than Thor 4. Ooh, I I cannot confirm or deny because I did not see Madam Web, and I said on this channel for many many videos I refuse to watch the Sony Spider-Man movies, and you cannot force me to. Let me bring up this other article that I wanted to talk about, and then this will be the last article. Um, Unless this cat decides to do something he's not supposed to. I don't trust him right now. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I know the Odyssey just recently became the highest grossing rated R film. You mother. Let me see where. Oh, and it's at 4K Blu-ray date. It's coming out in November, so keep a lookout for that. Let me see. Where's the article at? Can you stop, man? Odyssey box office. Guess this will do. That'll do. That'll do. And this is from Yahoo. Yahoo. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. All right. There we go. Oh, let's get this out of here. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Where'd the article go? Odyssey sets box office record for highest grossing R-rated film. I hate all this shit that comes up. Christopher Nolan's epic adaptation of Homer's Odyssey has surpassed Deadpool & Wolverine to become the highest grossing R-rated film of all time worldwide. Written and directed by Nolan, The Odyssey stars Matt Damon as Odysseus, the Greek king of Ithaca, on his harrowing years-long journey home after the Trojan War. Anne Hathaway stars as Queen Penelope, while Tom Holland plays their son Telemachus, and Zendaya plays the Greek goddess Athena. The Odyssey earned nearly $124 million from 3,919 North American theaters in its opening weekend, July 17th to the 19th. By August 7th, the Odyssey had earned $429.65 million domestically and $578.8 million in international tickets sales to cross the 1 billion mark at the worldwide box office, making it the first Nolan film since The Dark Knight Rises in 2012 to reach the box office benchmark, which is crazy to think about. Since The Dark Knight, and it's crazy. Warner Brothers probably is kicking themselves because they let him go right now. Now, just after a month after the Odyssey opened in theaters worldwide, the film has reached another box office milestone. The film studio Universal Pictures announced on Thursday that the Odyssey has now grossed 1.352 billion worldwide to become the highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time, surpassing Disney's Marvel, Deadpool and Wolverine 2024 global take of $1.338 billion. Insane. And two different movies, by the way. One's a comic book movie and one is an I don't know, adventure film, I guess you want to in technical terms. Okay, I saw. Okay, I saw. Which I'm not surprised, Devious, because that always happens in GTA games. If I'm being honest with you. Um, Spider-Man, Brand New Day, Deadpool Wolverine star Ryan Reynolds didn't take long to congratulate the Odyssey on its monumental accomplishment on X, which included a carefully edited clip of 4 scenes from both films. Only 3 R-rated film movies have made more than $1 billion at the global box office. When the Odyssey hit the $1 billion mark at the world box office on August 7th, it became only the 3rd R-rated film to do so before inflation. That's crazy. Apart from the Odyssey's 1.338 billion and counting, and Deadpool Wolverine's 1.338 billion, Joaquin Phoenix's 2019 blockbuster Joker earned 1.78 billion. I forgot about that. Christopher Nolan's 2023 Best Picture Oscar winner, Oppenheimer's #4 on the all-time global list on highest-grossing R-rated movies with a total of 975.8 million, followed by 2025's anime smash Demon Slayer Kimetsu. Wait, Demon Slayer was rated R though? Huh? Am I reading that wrong? Demon Slayer was rated R? Huh? What?
Huh?
Okay. Which earned 793.4 million. The Odyssey held the #1 spot at the domestic box office in its first 2 weeks of release and has been a strong second to Tom Holland's Spider-Man: Brand New Day in weeks 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Odyssey becoming the highest-grossing R-rated film of all time, and I don't know of a movie that's gonna come. Maybe in another Deadpool movie. So yeah, say hi to the bad kitty. Not bad kitty. He had surgery. Um, I think this might stick until possibly we get another Deadpool and Wolverine movie or another Deadpool movie because I don't see another R-rated movie making that much money. If I'm being honest with you guys. Ooh, all this talking gets you thirsty. But like I said, I don't think a movie's gonna come close to that, and it's still gonna be making money, but not as much because Spider-Man's also taking a dent out of that. And it's something we talked about on the channel. I maybe until October, you probably will get some other movies that'll take away from Spider-Man because ain't ain't much coming out in September that I could think about that is gonna take away from box office. If I'm being honest, and Transformers 40th anniversary, maybe it'll make a little dent because I know there's a lot of diehard Transformers fans out there, me included. But I didn't grow up with the '86, with the '80s cartoons. I've watched them here and there. I've watched '86 movie on the channel on here. I have Transformers. I'm gonna go watch it in the theater because that's one of those that I want to be experiencing in the theater with everybody else. Because I as far as animated Transformers movies, Transformers One was probably the only one that I could think of that actually went to the theater because the Transformers that when I had growing up, there really wasn't any movies until the Michael Bay movies, and even then, that wasn't really Transformers to me, honestly. So I'm interested in seeing Transformers 40th anniversary in the theaters. But besides that, I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is gonna be making a lot of money, and maybe the Odyssey as well, because they're making it's crazy too, because people say it's those movies are for like different demographics, but I'm the demographic for both. So um I don't know, we'll see. George R. R. Martin says social media is dominated by anti-fan toxicity is growing. Yep, I agree. It used to be fun talking about our favorite books and films and having spirited debates with fans who saw things different, but it's no longer enough to say I do not like this book or this film, and here's why. People would rather talk about the stuff that they hate than the stuff uh, they love and delight in dancing on the graves of anyone whose film has flopped. Unfortunately, Maverick, it's the times we're living in now. Like, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, prime example, I'll give you one right now is the Wolverine game. It's going to be coming out pretty soon. It's getting so much hate, unnecessary hate, and it's all basically from a tutorial, like the first 20 minutes of the game, which pretty much shows you how to play the game. Joker made money. That is true. Nah, don't worry about it. It's okay. Joker R-rated made $1 billion on a low budget. Yep. Transformers One sucked. I don't know about that. The '80s cartoons Transformers sucked. I don't know about that. Transformers Prime TV series brilliant and legit. You know what's funny? I I'm a Beast Wars Armada Energon and Cybertron. That's my Transformers. It's funny you bring that up because I remember I was watching because I have um little TV and stuff like I'll just have it on playing in the background, and I remember it was the Prime episode and it was Cliff Jumper. I'm like, wait, is that The Rock? Because as a kid, I don't remember seeing Cliff Jumper, and I was watching the show religiously on Transformers Prime when it was on, and I don't remember Cliff Jumper at all. Transformers the 80, movie '86 is the best ever animated movie. You know, mm, we need to have a debate on animated movies, a list, because we have Maverick, we have like ideas for topics to do on the channel, and that's one of those for like animated films. Yes, Orson Welles provided the voice of the planet-eating villain Unicron. Yep, yep, yep. Weird ideas that will work. Teenage Mutant Ninja Transformers. Have they ever done that before? I don't think that's ever been a thing. I know they've done actual toys, but have they actually had a like a comic crossover? I, I don't I don't think they have because they it's crazy because comics have crossovers with everybody. I Okay. I wouldn't argue that the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was my shit growing up. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm curious now, Maverick. I'm wondering if they did have a crossover. Transformers comic. No, I don't want. I know they had runs in Marvel, but I want to know if they had an actual. I see Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't see. Hmm. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Yo, you know what's funny? I guess we could talk about that now that you guys are bringing it up. He-Man flopped by the She-Ra, but He-Man flopped by the She-Ra series was a great success. I I think it's going straight to Prime for sure. Um, I'm just wondering what they're gonna do with the whole. I mean, if you don't know by now, the Jared Leto accusations going on right about now. Because I know there's other He-Man villains that you could use as well. She-Ra and the Princess of Power. Straight to streaming. I know there's like kind of a tricky thing with the She-Ra stuff because I think there's like something with the rights. Maverick, I don't know if that's correct or not. That's what I heard. Let me double check. Da-da-da-da. TV owners, no, not TV ownership. Um, oh, speaking of, you have until. Oh, it's already over. Never mind. There, check it out. Where, where is it? Let me see if I can find it. No, no. Um. Oh, so she does have a series in development right now. Okay. I don't know why it's not popping up. I don't know. It's not popping up for me. I don't know why. It's weird. Um. If you think about it, women have beaten men in the movies. Alien equal to female lead. Yeah, that's true. Terminator, female lead. Wonder Woman 1 is the best DC movie, etc. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it's one of those things that me and Ty have said on this channel many, many, many times. We don't care if it's a female lead. It's just how you write the character. That's the thing. Because if you're just doing all this other stuff to meet agendas, that's just not what we like. We like to see character development and growth. Because glad you brought it up, Sarah Connors. We saw her how she was in Terminator 1, and you see her development and character growth in 2. Like I never saw the Chronicles because I think I was a kid at the time and I didn't really know um what channels it was on, because I think it was also one of those times where network TV was kind of like on the fritz of like time slots of where they went. The Long Kiss Goodnight is as good as James Bond, Jason Bourne, etc. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Why does that sound familiar? The Long Kiss Goodnight, Gina Davis, Samuel Jackson. The Long Kiss Goodnight. I don't think I've ever seen that movie. No, I've seen this, like the images of this movie, but I've never seen it. Yeah, I've seen images of this movie. I've just never seen it. And that's another thing that I'm trying to do now that I'm a little bit older, is trying to watch movies I didn't watch when I was a little bit younger. Um, Even Ghostbusters 2016 is the second biggest global box office ever still. You know what's crazy? I I haven't been keeping up with like certain IPs like Ghostbusters, uh, the He-Man. Like I had to kind of like refresh my memory on certain stuff in those IPs, because I long time away from those things, you forget certain characters and things. So I might at some point go rewatch those Ghostbusters movies. I know the Paul Rudd ones everybody loves. I think they made two of those, right? I gotta watch those. I didn't watch that. I know a lot of people did not like the all female led cast of the Ghostbusters. That's that's here or there. But I actually wanted to go back to what you were talking about earlier, Maverick, about how Twitter has just become a toxic space. And I try to avoid X as much as possible, because some people will post something like non-controversial or like non like just being like, like a regular post, and then you'll have people just berating them in the comments, calling them names and all this other stuff. It's just like, what are we doing? And it was like you said, it wasn't like that before on X, or actually I just think it's just like that in general on social media, if I'm being honest. And, like, it's gotten way worse than before. Hide behind a computer. We need section 230 law repealed. Hey, you know what? You know what? Hold on. Let me see something. Um. uh, oh, aren't you guys watching the Jason David Frank's last movie, Legend of the White Dragon? I'm gonna watch it just because a fan of the Power Rangers, and I know it's his last film. Um. Let me see. Let me see. We'll do a list. See what's coming up. Oh, speaking of, DC Nightfall Part One just came out, so we might do a reaction to that at some point. I I'm interested in seeing what this new DC animated uh these new DC animated movies look like going forward because the Injustice movies were uh I I just hate when they change stuff in the adaptations. Like for example, the Killing Joke, where at the end with the Barbara Gordon stuff there. Um, where can I go? That'll do. That'll do. Um, oh, buddy. Actually, there's some movies that are coming out that I want to watch. There's where is it? I just saw it right now. Um, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Onslaught with Adriano Arjona. I want to watch that, but I don't think that's gonna be like a box office draw like that. Hope. I'm not sure a lot of people are gonna be watching that. Um, Passion of the Christ is getting a re-release. Really interesting. Yeah, there's really nothing coming out through September. Oh wait, I forgot. Actually, maybe maybe Resident Evil. Maybe. Then later on in September, you got The Heart of the Beast with Brad Pitt, Forgotten Island. You know what's crazy? Maverick. I haven't watched an animated film besides The Wild Robot and like a Pixar or like a DreamWorks movie in such a long time. But the Forgotten Island trailers have kind of like hooked me to go watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. Something about that movie makes me want to go watch it. Prime time with Robert Pattinson. Yeah, there's really October is kind of where mm, I'm Spider-Man might make pre-bill by the end of October if I'm being honest. Let me see. Section 230 social media umbrella that protects all platforms. Oh, okay. Legend of the White Dragon is it this a Power Rangers movie? Yes. So um Legend of the White Dragon is because I'm trying to remember which story exactly it is because there's like different story routes that they've gone with the White Dragon. But if it's kind of cheesy, but I'd say give the Power Rangers a watch. Um, have you ever heard of Super Sentai Maverick? You're not the first one that has said that. Trust me, you're not the first one. Last good DC animated film was Apocalypse War. Is that? I'm trying to remember Apocalypse War. Wait, Apocalypse War. Apocalypse. Apocalypse War. Oh, okay, yeah. That movie was brutal. I'm not gonna lie. That that movie was brutal. And I I don't know the Infinity Crisis. Okay, so Super Sentai is the originator of Power Rangers. It started in like I guess as early as the '60s or late '60s, early '70s. It was like a weekly show. I think this it's still ongoing as of right now. So pretty much these people turn into these. They have powers. They transform into their Power Rangers form or Sentai form, and so basically, it's had different iterations throughout the years. And when Power Rangers was created, it basically used stock footage from Super Sentai. Um, 75 to 22. Okay, thank you. Um, it used stock footage from Super Sentai, and Power Rangers would just use that, and then they would film some scenes for the American actors, but a lot of that stuff was just a lot of voiceover and a lot of stock footage from Super Sentai, and that was a constant thing that they did until Power Rangers broke off and did like they Americanized it basically. To summarize it. Wayne Johnson as Apocalypse. Um, oh, Motor City. Yes, I actually want to watch that. I actually want to watch that. The Invite by A24. Is that's the Seth Rogen one, right? The Invite. I think that's the Seth Rogen one. I had actually, you know what's crazy? There's like, it's probably a movie that I'm gonna watch. I'm like, damn, I should have watched this in the theater. Okay, yeah, it is the Seth Rogen. I was intrigued by the trailer. I'm not gonna lie. So I was might give that a watch when I have the chance. Um, Speaking of, have either of you seen that horror movie Good Boy with the dog? It's basically a dog's POV in a horror movie. I thought that was an interesting concept for a horror movie. If I'm not gonna lie. Um, you know what's crazy, Maverick? I said it on the channel before. I don't know if this is your first time here, but I'm not the hugest Zendaya fan, so I personally don't care. Um, Florence Pugh. Um, no, I don't think she's being exposed. As of right now, no. Maybe sometime down the line, because they're at some point actors and actresses at like for example, Anne Hathaway had like 5 movies coming out this year. Pedro Pascal had like what shit ton of movies and TV shows coming out. So I think it's just them having a lot of projects coming out at the same time. But yeah, like I said, Zendaya, I'm not really the biggest fan of Zendaya. And tomorrow we are gonna do our finally gonna do our Spider-Man tier listing or rank listing or whatever listing we're gonna do. But I I'm gonna say it now, and I'll get more into it tomorrow. But I'm not the hugest Zendaya's MJ fan. Saying it right now, and like I said, I'll get more into it tomorrow. But um, Zendaya was the only good thing about Euphoria. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Tobey Maguire is the GOAT. You know what's crazy? I had this conversation with somebody yesterday, actually with a group of friends yesterday in a party chat. As far as intellect, as far as like the Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, like them showcasing their intellect. That's to me their ranking of like how smart they show each Spider-Man. Because I literally just rewatched all the movies this last week to get ready for this listing tomorrow. So come in tomorrow, join us. To each their own, My mother loves those movies. Um, I'll say Zendaya's MJ was better than Durst. You know what's crazy? I don't agree. I think the issue too is Davis, and I spoke about this with Ty yesterday after finishing all the movies. They really didn't introduce Zendaya and Tom Holland's Peter as a thing until the second movie. And even then, going into the third movie, No Way Home, they were only together for a week. But in the Tobey Maguire films, they had that relationship built over years. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge difference. And I I didn't think about that until rewatching these films. Zendaya's MJ was only with Peter for like a week and a half, I guess, if you want to include the time skip after a little. Like I said, like it's been a week or whatever, a couple days in No Way Home. But yeah, it's weird. I thought they were together for a lot longer, but no, they weren't even together for that long. It was only like a week and a half. Um, Into the Spider Verse is greater than. Mm, you know what's crazy? I I don't know. I I I was kind of mixed on a little bit of the Spider-Man kind of like turning on Miles. That stuff I was kind of like weird, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think the other thing too is it's taking so long to get this movie out. I just need to see the conclusion of this movie. Make a Spider-Woman movie. You know what? They, I don't know. They might try to because they said they're done with making Spider-Man non-Spider-Man movies, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that, boss. Um, I'm trying to think of what we have coming for the channel. Not Madam Web. I think Madam Web you could save for like a Spider-Man movie. If I'm being honest with you, like save it for like one of his last Spider-Man films. But even then, with the terrible reception that it had, I don't know. Maverick. The rumor is that Emma Stone is going to play Spider-Gwen in Secret Wars. I could see it. I could see it because especially if you're going to have Battle World and Secret Wars, you definitely got to bring in all these other universes because we talked about this before. For sure, Doom is eradicating some universes in Doomsday. Um. Oh, you know what's funny? We had this conversation. Um, which movie was gonna make more Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat 2? Yo, Street Fighter, yo, Mortal Kombat 2 had me laughing. Kano's actor, bro, his quips and dialogue had me rolling. Um, Street Fighter doesn't make a good movie like Mortal Kombat. See, man, but to counter that though, neither of them had a good movie. If I'm being well, live action. If I'm being honest, neither of them had a good movie. Um, Animated, they've animated is gonna be animated, obviously. I need to go back and watch that movie. I've seen it come up on my feed sometimes. I just never sit down and watch it. Chun Li was terrible. Uh, the '90s wasn't the '90s Street Fighter with um, Van Damme, terrible. I think there was another movie that they had made. I don't remember. It was before. I think it was before Chun Li or after. I don't remember. But I will say though, Maverick, this Street Fighter looks better than the other ones. I'm just gonna say that. At least it looks better than the other Street Fighter movies. And there's certain characters that like. I remember when they announced the casting for this Street Fighter movie. I'm like, this is such a weird cast. Like Cody Rhodes as Guile, David Desmalchian as M Bison, Jason Momoa as Blanca, um, 50 Cent as Balrog. I'm interested in seeing actually. Dan Schultz as I think it's Dan Hikibi, which I mean I'm here to see what's gonna happen. Um, the West Van Dam 1994 is the best Street Fighter. You're a UFC fighter from Australia. Um, the casting for Street Fighter is on point though. Yeah, I Zangief looks exactly like I picture Zangief looking like, honestly. Uh, guys, I'm gonna give it another 20 minutes, then we're gonna head on out. So whatever you want to talk about, um, questions, ideas for videos in the future, because like I said, we have ideas that we want to do. We have them listed down because something we don't talk about a lot on this channel is video games, and that's something we definitely want to get into more. Actually, let me pull up my list that I have. Let me run some stuff by you guys since it's for you, the people. Let's see. So as of right now, of current video game topics that we have for the channel, golden age of video games, best game of each decade, current state of video games, price increase and paid DLC, hardest video game levels and games, video game studios that, and what's left. So that as far as video game stuff, that's what we have for ideas to do, which I'll probably talk to Ty about that because that's something I do want to talk about more because, like I said, it's something we don't talk about a lot on this channel. Ooh, yes, Maverick. I'm glad you fucking brought that up. I forgot that movie was coming out until you said that right now. UFC champion Alexander Volkanovski plays the character in Joe in the upcoming live-action Street Fighter movie. Okay. You should react to Knock Knock 2015. I think we talked about this in the last stream, right, Davis? Is Rachel Zegler in the Hunter Games Sunrising and the Reaping? I don't think she's in the new one. I think that's a whole new cast of characters, and even then, I stopped watching the Hunger Games after the second or third movie. I remember at that specific time, we were just getting movie adaptations of YA books, which they were just one after the other, 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 after the other. Divergent, Hunter Games, Aragon, the dragon one, which I was kind of excited for, but let down by it. Oh no, another trash Jumanji open world movie. Um, you know what's crazy? I have fun with those films. I know they're not the greatest. Um, the 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 thing is too, like, I don't know what they're gonna do after they shoot this film because I don't think they're gonna come back. Um, I would like them to continue what they're doing is after every few generations the game adapts to the climate or like it's whatever technologies are on at the time because we saw it was a video game arcade in not arcade a video game console in the first one. So and in the Robin Williams one, it was a board game. So I would like to see that trend continue to happen and kind of do what they did with I think it was the first or the second one, where they kind of acknowledged Alan Parrish, Robin Williams' character from the what is it? God damn it! First Jumanji film. Oh, getting freaking sidetracked. Neo Geo. That sounds familiar. Why does that sound familiar? But yeah, if you guys have ideas for oh, that's why. That's why it sounds familiar. If you guys have ideas for videos, let me know. Like video games, TV shows, let me know. Let me know. You know what's crazy? Have any of you guys seen Detective Pikachu? Because I thought by now we would have gotten another Pokemon movie, if I'm being honest. Especially now that we've gotten like almost 4 Sonic films. We gotten 2 Mario Brothers movies. Why are we not getting another Pokemon movie? What's going on? Who do I gotta talk to about that? And it's crazy. The Pokemon were looking good. Yes, Ryan Reynolds, that one, that Pokemon movie. Also, is your Maverick name from Top Gun? I'm just curious because I've been playing Battlefield 6 and they have the Top Gun event going on right now. And that, you know what's crazy? I didn't see Top Gun until I was on a cruise, which is crazy. No, it's not. Okay, I just thought it was because there's a character named Maverick in there. Oh shit. Mm-mm-mm. You know what? I actually, yeah, you are right. Pikachu's it's kind of like the mascot of Pokemon at this point. Not many fighter plane movies nowadays. That is true. I think Top Gun was probably Top Gun 2 was probably like the most recent one that I could think of. I'm ready for Modern Warfare 4 open beta this Friday. That's coming out this week? I thought that was out already. I don't know why I thought that was out already. Um I haven't seen it, but heard it got backlash for the design and the makers changed it later. Oh, Sonic? Yeah. Yeah, that was one of those things where bullying the studio actually worked in our favor. Divas, let me tell you that the design before, horrible. Horrible. And I'm glad they got it right. I'm glad they got it right. I'm glad we bullied them. Um Stealth, 2005, Jamie Foxx. Let me see. Stealth. I think I've seen that one. Stealth. Oops. Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen this. I watched this. Such a long time ago though. You know what's funny? Maverick, it's funny you bring that up about fighter jet movies. I was talking to a coworker of mine. God, you guys are coming with the comments. I was talking about Ace Combat, and that's probably like the only thing you actually have somewhat close to a fighter dogfight in video games nowadays. Because in Battlefield, there's no such thing as dogfights. You're just getting annihilated by everybody. Yeah, I played most of the Street Fighter games. I think my personal favorite Street Fighter game is I think Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But if I had to pick one associated with Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all fucking day. All day. I could play that shit nonstop. Fight Night Champion was fire. Fight Night Champion. You guys are naming stuff that I haven't seen in a while or haven't seen at all. Or video games. You know what's crazy? I think I played this game. I played one of those. Um, Street Fighter 1 is better than Street Fighter 2. There are no undersea movies, either only Aquaman and Abyss kinda. Uh Underwater movies. Are we just counting live action or are we counting animated as well? Because I was gonna say Atlantis. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Um Underwater movies. There's a movie coming out. That is funny you say that. Underwater films. Whalefall. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for that. Maverick with Austin Abrams, and I think Josh Brolin's like a supporting character in the movie too. So premise of the movie, I don't know if you've seen the trailer yet. Some dude gets swallowed up by a whale. So that is interesting, and that's one of those things that the ocean scares the shit out of me. You could thank Jaws for that. Jaws is when my irrational fear of the ocean started. No matter if I'm in 2 feet water, I'm terrified of the ocean. I'll get in the water. I'll swim around. I'm keeping a lookout. Keeping a lookout. But yeah. All right, 5 more minutes, guys, and we'll get out of here. And I gotta go to sleep early for work. Gotta deal with this guy because he's very restless at night. As you see, I was walking around keeping an eye on him. Actually, Maverick. Well, mm, actually, Maverick and Davis. What is your guys' personal favorite video game? Like what's a video game that you think of when somebody mentions it, your all-time favorite video game that brings you nostalgia back to your childhood. For me, it's Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, or any of the Pokemon games. It's weird doing a live without Ty, if I'm being honest. But I'm glad you guys are in here talking with me because I feel weird talking to myself and nobody's talking back to me. No engagement. Feels like I'm talking to the wall. The wall. Let me see. Okay, Arkham games. That's not bad. Those are good. I might put Left 4 Dead up there too because something about Left 4 Dead 2 and the first Left 4 Dead when those came out. So many great memories of that game. You know what? Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 and Modern Warfare 2. That time in gaming and Halo 3, like nothing's gonna match that. If I'm being honest, I wish we could go back and relive those moments. Video games don't hit like they used to, honestly. You'll have some games here and there like that people will be talking about, but I feel as though like recently there isn't many games that people like. Maybe Ghost of Tsushima and like some other games. Night and Asylum were the best. City had the best story, and Origins had the best boss. You know what's crazy? I remember when Arkham Knight first came out, they were all like, "Oh, this is gonna be a new character. This is gonna be a new character. This is gonna be a new character." And like halfway through the game, I'm like, "This is Jason Todd," and I was right. I was right. Um, I really enjoyed City a lot. If I had to pick one out of those three, definitely City. Um, I think it was in City where I had a hard time trying to find uh I'm about to say I'm about to say Sub Zero. Wrong IP. Mr. Freeze. I had the hardest time trying to find Mr. Freeze. I remember I was so invested in those games at the time. I had a girlfriend and I was so invested in the game, playing it, doing all these Riddler trophies. She was just calling me. I didn't even realize I was just that like when a game grasps you like that. That's how you know it's a great game. Ghost of Tsushima and Yotai were fire too. I still need to. You know what's crazy, Davis? I'm actually waiting for the um that new update that's coming out next month, and then I'm gonna start the game because I didn't start playing Ghost of Tsushima until like way later when the director's cut came out and it was on sale. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it, and I platinumed it, and I was kind of upset that it took me a long time to play it, but I enjoyed playing it at my own pace and doing all the side missions, interacting with all the characters. Um, yeah, it really wasn't. The story for Night wasn't good. Also, they forced you to get all the Riddler trophies just to get the full ending. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like I never got that ending because some of those trophies were just a pain in the ass to get. um, Maverick, you got a game or no? Let me know. We're about to leave in a couple minutes, anyways. I'm hoping even with the leaks that happened recently, I hope people really enjoy GTA 6 just because it's been a long time coming. And this is something we talked about on the channel. Like GTA 5 came out on the 360, and we're like two consoles removed from that, which is crazy. And all I know is this game's gonna probably break records. Now, what kind of records? I'm not sure. Let's see. Double check, make sure we're good to go. What was I gonna do? Oh, people about to make their careers with GTA 6 in the coming months. I agree. The amount of content you're gonna see when GTA 6 comes out is gonna be crazy. You're not gonna go. You're gonna be scrolling on whatever social media you're on. It's just gonna be GTA, 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 GTA. And I know damn well a lot of people are gonna be calling out to play that game. I know for sure. I mean, you know what's crazy? It's funny the whole no disc thing, and even then they still got spoiled. I mean, not spoiled, but like the stuff got leaked, and it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You cannot prevent it from getting leaked because somebody's gonna leak it regardless. That's how petty people are. Um, but yeah. Like I said, tomorrow we're gonna have our Spider-Man listing, ranking our Spider-Man movies and the suits. Um, oh, is that what happened? The Last of Us Part 2 got spoiled 2 months in advance, and people were divided on it heavy. Yeah, that's one of those. That's one of those games that The Last of Us Part 2 was like very decisive. I remember a lot of people were split on that game, and I remember when they announced season 2 for the show, a lot of people were gritting their teeth just to the thought of them reliving that. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I will say we are in good hands as far as video game adaptations than we were like 10, 15 years ago. Because I don't know what the fuck they were doing back then. But anyway, like I said, tomorrow we're doing our Spider-Man movie reactions along with our the suits for each Spider-Man. Lantern's reaction. I'm not sure what other reactions we're doing as of right now. I mean, I don't even. Lanterns for sure. Um, we have 7 that's going to be coming out in October, so keep a lookout for that. We are talking about some movie reactions for the channel, possibly Midsummer, some more horror movies, because, like I said before, Ty and if you guys haven't been keeping up, we have a newest member here, Kinetic Fox. Try to watch more horror movies with them because they're not horror people per se. More so, I am. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't played The Last of Us. um, yeah, keep a lookout. We've been talking about doing more horror reactions for the channel because, like I said, Fox and Ty don't really react to I was thinking about joining since I'm a huge horror fanboy. Kevin, you know what? Let me ask you since you're kind of late in here. What is your favorite horror movie? I know you have like the collection or the collector. That's more like one of those two. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we're gonna get on out of here, guys. I think we are gonna finish our Percy and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions sometime soon. Um, because I know Lanterns is the only thing we're actually reacting to. Saw, okay, the first Saw, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Also, what is your personal favorite video game that you like to think of as far as like nostalgia, Kevin, when you were like back as a child, as the wee adult, as the wee little human? Oh, actually, Kevin, now that you're here, are you watching Lanterns? What do you think of Lanterns so far? What you think? What you think? Also, I am dying of thirst right now. I got I got nothing in here. Like I'm like a cartoon in the desert, like or Lego Batman. Okay, those are good picks. Good picks. Good picks. Good picks. You're hooked on Lanterns, or is that what you're talking about? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, I also said before you got in here, Kevin, like way earlier. Wait, I don't know if I did say it on on the here yet, or maybe I did. They're definitely setting up the Lantern Corps. I'm curious if by the end of Lanterns, um, Sinestro's gonna have his Lantern Corps already. Because in the recent episode, the dude that showed John the that what the Manhunters did, he plays Atrocitus. He's gonna play Atrocitus. So they're definitely gonna start building their Lantern Corps. I just don't know what's gonna happen after Lanterns. If we're gonna have more John Stewart in a TV show, or is he gonna be continuing on in his own movies? But even then, I don't even know what's gonna be happening with the DCU. So question marks everywhere. Question marks everywhere. But anyways, like I said, tomorrow Spider-Man listing movies and suits. Lanterns reaction coming out Mondays. Yeah, I think that's it. Mm, yeah, hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype if you're on a mobile device, and I know you got here a little late, Kevin. It's okay. Late to the party, it's fine. You were here at least. Come by tomorrow. Come talk to us. Come talk with us about the suits, Spider-Man, anything else you want to talk about.
Day bow bow. Oh, day bow bow. Oh, yeah. Day bow bow.
Later, guys.
Day bow bow.